Welcome back to another Premier League prediction show where today we're going to be predicting the scores of week 14 of this 2022-2023 Premier League season. Last time out, Vindaloo Victory came away with 13.5 points. 2 perfect scores to be the top scorer for week 13. How that affects the overall leaderboard now though, well, Ferris77 retains his or her spot, but he's definitely a he, at the top of the table on 120 points. Caleb Ken is on 119.5 points, but Louis Smith at the top of the table for quite a while has moved down to 7th position. What's going on there, Louis? Anyway, we need to move on to this week's fixtures. Make sure you leave your predictions as well over at the Superbru website at the end of this video. But for now, let's just get down to business. Due to me making a very early morning start in the morning, I'm travelling across the border, and there may or may not be any graphics in this
we'll try
video.
And smash through it quick.
We will, lots of business to attend to. So Nathan, tell me your thoughts on the first fixture of the weekend, which takes place on Saturday at 12:30 on BT Sport. We've got Leicester City coming up against Man City.
Absolutely. I mean, Man City absolutely flying at the moment. Destroyed Brighton 3-1. Haaland, as you know, superb.
Couple of goals.
Did lose to Liverpool, was quite a shock, but they're getting back into it. Leicester, another superb win. They're starting to float up the table now. Only 2 losses in their last 6, and unbeaten in 3. Destroying Wolves 4-0. However, they're going to get the repeat this time, 4-0 Man City.
Man City drawing 0-0 in Europe on Tuesday evening against,
Dortmund.
Against Dortmund, Haaland's old stomping ground, of course.
Haaland was rested in that one though.
A Leicester City side with Danny Ward in superb form at the moment.
And Jamie Vardy drinking Red Bull before getting on the pitch.
Indeed, yes, but 3 clean sheets for Leicester and Danny Ward, who's very cheap in fantasy football, but can they hold off this Manchester City side? I don't think they will. I think they will score though, because they have been scoring quite a few goals, have the Foxes, but I can see Man City running out 3-1 victors. Next up, we've got Bournemouth at home against Spurs, the first of the 3 o'clock kickoffs, and incidentally there's quite a few of them, which we love to see. Bournemouth sort of dropped off a cliff recently, down to 14th position, 1 win in their last 6, 2 back-to-back defeats, taking on a Spurs side who did lose at home against Newcastle, maybe surprisingly, maybe surprisingly not. Prior to that, loss against Man United, but I think they'll bounce back against the Cherries. They're going to take a big chunk out of them. 2-0 away victory to Spurs. Yeah,
Spurs are in need of some points, and to be honest, they've had quite a tricky run as of late, so playing Bournemouth is probably quite a good thing. I do think the Cherries will score though, 2-1 Spurs. Next I've got Brentford against Wolves. Now Wolves, keeping with Stephen Davis until after the international break. Not sure if that's a good move or not.
The World Cup, you mean? Yes.
Yeah, World Cup. To be fair, there isn't many managers out there that I think Wolves are trying to go for, so they're
talking Nunes maybe?
Nuno, probably not. I don't think that's a good idea. And they're coming against the Brentford side who just patchy as anything. Don't know which way this is going to go. I think it'll be a stalemate 1-1.
Well, to me, Wolves look awful, don't they? They're second from bottom, 1 victory in their last 6,
losing key
5
games.
of those were defeats, of course. Can't score. I think Brentford will bounce back. Thomas Frank.
Yeah, Thomas Frank.
He will have these ones fired up, especially getting thumped against Aston Villa 4-0 last time. But I'm going to go for a 2-0 home victory to the Bees. Then we move on to Brighton against Chelsea. Brighton, after a very bright start, they've dropped down to 9th. No wins in the last 5. A defeat, expected against Manchester City. Trossard with a goal there, consolation you could say. But I think Chelsea resolute at the moment in 5th position, undefeated in their last 6, only 2 defeats in their 11 games this season. Draws against Manchester United last time out and a draw against Brentford, but I think they will beat Brighton 2-1 away from home.
This is a tricky one for me, you know. Of course, Potter going back up against Brighton. Don't know. I really don't know. Man, I haven't been too impressed with Brighton either ever since they've got, well, obviously Potter did leave, and I think they're going to start to absolutely slump down the table under De Zerbi. So, yeah, I'm going to go 3-1 Chelsea. Next up, we've got Palace against Southampton. Now, Southampton starting to resurge, but I'm still not impressed by them. Palace, they're going to want to bounce back, especially after that awful 3-0 defeat against Everton. So, yeah, I'm going to go 2-0 Crystal Palace.
They're bouncing back. I can't.
Straight away.
Yeah, very difficult one to predict, this one. Southampton, I don't think their away form this season has been great. Crystal Palace, as you say, a bit of patchy form, not great against Everton. I can see this one. You know, Southampton are difficult to beat at present. 2 draws and a win in the last 3, so I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. Then we move on to Newcastle, conquerors of Spurs in London last time out. They are now up to 4th position, Champions League spots, and they still haven't got all their players back as well. Playing an Aston Villa side who absolutely thumped Brentford without Steven Gerrard. What's going on with that? Is it a non-manager bounce because they haven't got a manager, have they? Correct me if I'm wrong.
They do now, however.
Yeah.
And first of all, good evening.
Really? Wow. When did that come out?
That got announced yesterday.
Well, I've been out of the loop. I have been out of the loop.
Good evening, indeed.
Good evening. Can he? Oh, they're going to want to defend, aren't they? But Newcastle are superb. 3-0 to the Maggies.
Yeah, I think Unai Emery, of course, coming into Villa, that's going to be a long process, to be honest, to get that one right. Plus, he's not actually going to be in charge of this game either. I think they're waiting for his work permit and stuff. So, yeah, I'm going to go for 3-1 Newcastle. Think that Villa will score, though, as they've been quite lively recently. Anyway, next up we've got Fulham against Everton. Quite a difficult one, this one. Fulham, superb. 2 wins on the bounce. Of course, 3-0 against Villa and then 3-2 against Leeds. Very, very good. However, the defence is starting to be a bit at the moment. Whereas Everton destroying Palace 3-0, but before that, terrible run. I'm going to just back Fulham in this one, 2-1.
Yeah, I'm actually going to go for exactly the same score, Nathan, in this one. This is probably, as it's Halloween weekend, this is the horror show of the weekend for me. I don't know which way this one's go, although I have gone for a Fulham victory at Craven Cottage. We move on to the 7:45 p.m. on a Saturday night. Come on, it's not World Cup at the moment. Liverpool Leeds. Liverpool.
Yeah.
What happened against Forest?
Terrible.
Surely they'll beat Leeds, who are sinking down into the relegation zone, currently in 18th
No wins in
position.
6. Terrible.
4 defeats on the bounce.
In winnable games.
What is going on, Leeds? Liverpool, I'm going to have to back them 2-0.
Oh, I hope Leeds get absolutely pumped. But I'm not impressed with Liverpool. 1-0.
2
Liverpool.
Nice.
Anyway, moving on. First of the Sundays at 2 o'clock, we got Arsenal against Nottingham Forest. Now, Nottingham Forest starting to resurge a bit ever since Cooper's been offered that new contract. However, Arsenal, top of the league, starting to slow down. They should have beaten Southampton, I thought. They'll beat Forest 2-1.
I think they will beat Forest, but this Nottingham Forest side, it looks like Cooper's been working on the defensive side of things. I think that's 3 clean sheets on the trot now. 2 actually, and they only lost 1-0 against Wolves. Come on, nobody loses to Wolves. That's terrible. Arsenal 1-0 for me. There's slight shouts about Jesus in that. I'll have to check on that injury front as well. But the final fixture of the weekend, only 2 fixtures taking place on Sunday, and this is the last one, which is Manchester United, live on Sky, entertaining West Ham. West Ham not too clever away from home. Manchester United have been very good at home this season, so I will go for a Red Devils victory, and I'm going to go for 2-0 home win. Will Mr. Ronaldo be on that pitch at any time?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, yeah, 2-0 for me again to Man United. If you look at West Ham as well, won their last 3 games on the bounce at home. However, haven't won 3 in a row away. Really not good away. Man United, 1 loss in 6 matches. Had a very tricky run as well. Chelsea, Tottenham, Newcastle, Everton, getting points out of all of them. That is very, very good. And they beat Arsenal as well. Yes, very surprising. So 2-0 United.
Fantastic. So that concludes our predictions for week 14 of this 2022-2023 Premier League season. As usual, we'll be leaving. Make sure you leave your predictions in the comment section, but also over at the Superbru website. Link in the description, code in the description, may appear here on the screen if you're lucky. Nathan, I am so looking forward to this weekend. maybe not for football reasons, maybe
Yes.
for football reasons. Will there be a vlog out?
Cardiff are rubbish. Search the channel link in the description below.
No, we'll bounce back this weekend, even though we haven't got a proper striker.
Or a manager.
Fantastic. Thanks for watching once again. Enjoy your Championship, enjoy your Premier League, enjoy your Champions League if you're watching, if you're into that sort of thing as well, which we are, but we haven't got BT Sport, unfortunately. But yeah, thanks for watching as usual. Love you all, and we'll see you all in the next video.
Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, yeah, yeah.